Hello and welcome to episode 8 of Getting It Right, the Antiques Game Show where you can play along at home. And if you do get involved, make some comments, answer some questions, like, share, all of that. We'll pick someone at random, and that someone I know is going to win a signed Getting It Right mug. Worth a fortune, potentially. Oh, the audience are excited. Well, that's never happened before. Anyway, let's meet today's contestants. So we have, and it's a married couple, so keep watching closely. Di, tell us about you.
My name's Di. I'm a lady of a certain age.
Right.
Not quite retired, but not far away.
Okay.
We run a business, vintage furnishings and home furnishings.
Oh, in the trade, David, they're going to be good.
Boomerang Furnishings.
Oh, they've come on my YouTube channel just to plug their business. Well, that's fine.
Not quite, but we may as well use the opportunity.
Well, you're more than welcome. Boomerang Furnishings, you know where to buy your furnishings.
Thanks, David.
My pleasure. So, this is what you do for a living. What do you do for fun?
Gardening. Big gardener. I love gardening when I got the time. Walking the dog, horses.
Oh, wow. So you're very busy.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Very active.
Yeah, like to be.
Yeah. And who's the best out of husband and you when it comes to antiques and vintage?
He's good on the value.
Right.
I'm probably better in terms of
knowledge.
Understanding. Okay, so he's not very good at understanding. That's what she's saying. Okay.
He's not good at listening either. So be really
He's a
careful.
man. He's a man. I've been accused of
absolutely.
it. You have. You never listened to her. Do you know where you are?
Pardon?
Yeah, exactly. Now let me introduce you to Bruce. Bruce, are you going to beat Di? This is your lovely wife.
I'd love to.
Yes, is that the idea?
Absolutely.
I love it.
Fiercely competitive.
Really? Are you?
I'll say.
That's good. So you work in the business as well?
I do.
Yeah.
You know, people say, what's your specialist subject, Bruce? And it's lifting and cleaning.
Lifting. Well, you don't look like it. He's totally well dressed. I love that jacket.
He's not cleaning today.
No, I can see that.
I'm selling ice cream.
Do you enjoy the work?
I do.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. It's supportive to Diane. She's got the knowledge.
Yeah.
She's got the expertise.
And what have you got, the grunt?
The grunt and the brawn.
Okay. And what do you do for fun?
I golf. So I love golfing. I've just come back from Scotland, been up there for 5 days, Royal Dornoch, and I enjoy socialising, out with friends and family, dining,
Great.
drinking.
Okay. Having a jolly good life, quite obviously. I know. Makes me feel miserable about my existence.
And I'm Pisces.
And you're Pisces. And what are you doing?
Gemini.
Gemini. I've no idea what that means. I don't know why you got me to say or ask them. I know it was my decision. I know. Anyway. All right then. Never mind. Now these two I know watch the show on YouTube, don't
We
you?
do.
Good.
We
and
do.
that's why they're here. So
We
come
do.
along if you want to get in touch with us, if you want to be where
we
these
do.
two are. Shall we play round one?
Let's go.
Okay, let's play round one. Glamorous assistant. Oh my
Lordy.
goodness gracious. Wait till you see this. Okay, this is to Bruce, please, glamorous assistant.
Thank you.
Right. Okay, Bruce, this is all about you. Your lovely wife cannot get involved. I want you to speak as you think. What on earth are you holding, Bruce?
Well, it's grotesque. It's carved wood.
What is it?
It looks African, and it's, I think, a war goddess or god. It's got a dress on.
Well spotted, Bruce.
Apart from that, no sign of worm. It's obviously a tribal item. It's just got a peculiar face look.
Well, you might call it peculiar. I've known worse.
It looks like a devil of some description.
Now,
I've
you
never seen.
you say Africa. Africa's a very big continent. I don't know whether you knew that or not. There's quite a lot of countries in Africa. Do you have any sense of whereabouts in Africa it's from?
Not really, but if I were to guess, I would say it was somewhere like Zambia, I would think.
Okay, good. I like the fact that you just picked a country at random. That's really good. He's going for the points. How old is it, Bruce?
I don't think it's that old, actually.
Tell me why. Why do you think that?
I don't think it's that old, purely and simply because of the way it looks. But I would think it's probably 19th century.
19th century.
But
Bruce,
it's meant to look older than that.
okay.
I'd stop now, Bruce, if I were.
I'll stop now.
Bruce, do me a favour. I want you to sniff him. Seriously, work with me on this one.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. Don't tell us anything. Did you get something?
Yes.
Okay. Now, over to lovely Di. No, that's enough sniffing, thanks, Bruce.
Don't sniff the
What kind of
skirt.
show do you think it is? Right.
I don't have to sniff him, do I?
Yes, I want you to sniff him, not Bruce. Go on, give him a sniff.
Oh, yeah. It smells quite smoky.
Yeah. Good. Well done, Di.
Bacon.
Okay.
Yeah, it smells of bacon.
Di, tell us what you think. What did Bruce get right? What did he get wrong?
Well, he could be right with African. I've no idea. They tend to be tribal. This is just not my bag normally at all. So it's quite heavy. Obviously wood. I'm not so sure about the skirt.
What, you wouldn't wear that one yourself?
No. I'm not even sure whether it's a woman. I know it looks like she's pregnant maybe, but
I'm not having to use much ink.
I don't. I just.
How old is it?
I've no idea. I would guess.
Well, you're on the
at-
wrong show. You're meant to be guessing.
Yeah. Well, I didn't think you'd put a lump of wood in front of me.
Well, welcome
There
to
you
getting
go.
it right.
So let me have a guess at early 19th century.
Early
It
19th
is a
century.
guess.
Okay, and do what
But
your
I still
husband...
don't know whether it's male or female.
Okay, you don't need to know that. Do what your husband did. Just pick a country at random.
Somewhere in Africa. I've no idea.
Gets worse, doesn't it?
I just have
Just,
not a clue.
can you think of any country in Africa? Just make it up.
South Africa.
South Africa. Thank goodness for that. It's like pulling teeth, this one. Right. Okay, hold that thought. Put him down, or her. We don't have no idea.
We don't.
Okay, David Elstop.
Maybe. Where do you want me to put him, on the floor?
Yeah, on the floor. I don't know what to say. Over to you.
No.
It's dirty as well.
That was one of the poorest rounds I think I've ever witnessed.
That's right.
Thanks, David.
It's not particularly old. That smell, that kind of burning smell, is actually something they used on more modern pieces to dry them out.
All right.
So it's very convincing. It looks 19th century, but it isn't.
See, isn't that clever? How you can actually use all of your senses to date something. So when you smell an African carving and it smells of wood smoke, it tells you it's much more modern, because that's how they dry the wet wood out, isn't it?
Interesting.
And the smell lingers for a very long time. So that's a...
Interesting.
Yes.
But it is a very convincing one.
It is convincing.
It's from the Congo.
Okay.
Congo. And
I nearly said Congo.
it's what we in Europe
Yeah, but you
typically
didn't.
refer to as a fetish figure, a devotional figure. But that's a very European term. And I think it's from the Nkisi tribe.
So it's Central Africa.
It is.
So if that's the case, Bruce with Zambia got closer. It was probably, I don't know, South Africa, Zambia is probably a few hundred miles in it. So you got closer to the Congo. I mean, I'm trying to help him with a few points. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous.
And I'm really grateful for
Yeah.
your help.
It's an utterly ridiculous item.
So awards and points.
I've given them one each.
One each. What for? I mean,
I can't remember, to be honest. I mean,
Entertainment.
I think they both said tribal. I think
is that it? Doesn't
was
Bruce get an extra one for getting closer to the
Please
Congo?
don't pick them up by the horn.
Yeah.
Worse than the assistant.
You should know that. You never pick things up by the horn, Bruce. It cause all sorts of problems. Is that it? One each?
Yeah, one each. Yeah.
1 point each, but don't worry, you
I'll
two.
take that.
Okay, one each. This is the valuation round. Now you know
Oh, my
everything about this figure. Pick up your cards and your pens and write down one value. What is he worth? Let us know how close you get. Don't forget, all involvements. We need as much involvement in the show from you as possible. Make some comments and you might just win yourself a mug.
I think they'll be good at this.
Do you think
So-
they
I
will?
think they'll be good with the value.
So just one value. I can't do an auction estimate.
No, one value. What is he worth? The audience are wondering and pondering. Tell us when you're ready.
Ready?
Ready, Bruce?
Ready.
Okay, Bruce first.
£70.
£70. Di?
85.
85. I think they're very low.
I think they will. I thought they were going to be better than that. £200.
£200. Okay.
You can have it.
Sold.
You know where to buy your vintage objects from now, don't you? From these two.
Absolutely.
What's the name of the company again?
Boomerang.
Boomerangs! Where to buy your African tribal art?
You won't be buying
Boomerang!
any of that.
Okay.
Glamorous assistant, come and relieve me.
She loves him. You've been out with worse, haven't you, Glamorous Assistant? Right, okay, points for values.
Die was closest.
Die was close. The die is on 2 points. My goodness me, this is utterly dreadful. Bruce is on 1. Don't worry, come back for round 2. Welcome back to round 2. Before I introduce the next item, here's a quick question for you at home. The African piece we've just seen, which country was it made in? Let us know. Put your comments down below. Right, Glamorous Assistant, come on in. Oh, it's a bit smaller.
Oh.
And this one to Di, please.
Thank you.
Right, Di.
Well,
This is probably more you, I reckon.
it's quite sweet. It's a cat of some kind. Staffordshire, maybe?
He's writing. That's a good sign.
Oh, is
Keep
it?
going.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Keep
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
Look
Could
at
also
it.
be taking a point off.
Oh, he could be. Oh, he could. Which, knowing David
It's,
Ellsworth, he probably will be.
I'm in that mood today.
Oh,
It's not that fine, which what makes me think it could be Staffordshire. There's some cracking underneath. If you see, it's obviously not damaged. It's just part of the process, I guess. Glazed in a green and brown and yellow.
show it to me. And what date do you think it is?
Mid 1800s.
Okay. But she sounds very convincing to me. She does.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled.
The boss is next to you though, and he probably disagrees. But
And
Yes.
what about his condition generally?
condition overall is quite good. It's very good actually.
Is it a desirable object? Would you sell that well?
It's not something I would choose either to have at home or even probably choose to sell either.
Oh, right. You like it that much then?
Yeah. But it's just not that trendy, I don't think. Although collectors of Staffordshire, assuming it is Staffordshire, would like it.
Okay, so
Sat on
let's
a
sum up
cushion.
then. Staffordshire, so it's English,
Yeah.
it's mid-1800s, and it's in good condition. And did you say what kind of animal it was?
A cat.
A cat. Give her a point. Right. Okay.
Thank you.
I know.
No.
This is going to be a very low-scoring show. Right, over to you,
Hand over.
Bruce. What did Di get right? What did she get wrong?
Well, I think she's right with Staffordshire. It's clearly dead, the cat, so I'll get a point for that. It's got some damage at the back,
I
on the back
missed
of his ear.
Show that to me. Hang on. Okay.
It's not very fine. Date-wise, I think it's probably late 1800s.
Late 1800s. Okay, hold that 4. So, they're sort of in agreement, David, aren't they? Apart from maybe date, and Bruce picked up on some damage. Was he right to do that?
Yes, actually they both referenced damage well. Di said firing cracks in the base, which is great,
Yeah.
and said they were manufacturing fault rather than anything else, and then Bruce picked up on some damage there, so that was good. Staffordshire was good, they got a point for that.
So it is Staffordshire.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's as far as they got though.
Okay.
Well,
What
not
about
bad.
date? What date is it?
Well, it's in the 18th century. There was a pioneering potter in Staffordshire called Thomas Wealden, who kind of came up with all these tortoiseshell and agate glazes. And his work was very rarely marked, so pieces are very difficult to attribute to him. I think that dates the late 18th, early 19th century. And in auction we'll be cataloguing that as a Wealden type model of a cat. So yeah, late 18th, early 19th, so you're both a little bit out on the date on that one.
Okay, but who gets closer with the date?
I think Di was closer,
Di
I
got
think.
close with the date. So award some points overall.
Well, I'll give Di a point for the date then, so 3 to Di, 2 to Bruce.
Staffordshire.
Yeah, I've given you both a
It's,
point for
don't
that.
worry about that, Di.
Three, I got two.
Right, hang on a minute. You've given 3 points to Di
2 to Bruce.
and 2 to Bruce.
Yeah, it's about
He's
right.
giving the points away like there's no tomorrow. Okay, Di, you are up now on 5. Bruce is on 3. Di is winning, but this is now the valuation round. So come on, you two, you're in the trade. You know how to value things, how to price them up. Put them down, please, Bruce. Pick up your cards. Give us one valuation. What do you think a late 18th century Staffordshire cat figure is worth? Let us know. Award points to yourself for everything you get right. Ignore everything you get wrong. You see, most people do get it wrong. Let us know how many points you score. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Bruce first.
£60.
£60. Di.
110.
110. David, who's closer?
Di's good.
She is good.
£100.
£100. Give Di a round of applause. Very well done. So Bruce
What a
gets
pull
zero.
that is.
Bruce, you got a zero on that round.
Well, that's
No,
good
you
for
got
me.
2.
No, what did you get 2 from?
Well, he said Staffordshire.
No, I'm talking about.
Oh, so far.
He's about 2 minutes behind the times. I'm talking about the valuation round.
These
So
two are like me and you.
I know. It's like we're married.
You do spend too much time together.
Di, you're on 6. Bruce, you're on 3. Bruce, don't worry. This is the tea and history round. Settle back. Grab yourselves a cup of tea. Come back for round 3. And welcome back then to round 3. This is tea and history, a little bit of a history lesson. I want to talk about tattoos.
Oh.
Do you have tattoos?
No.
You don't, Bruce?
No.
You need a tattoo. Do we have any tattooed audience members? Oh, we do! We do, one over there. Okay, whereabouts is your tattoo? On your bottom. We don't want to see that. Right, okay.
We're cracking it.
I want to give you the history. I do apologise, I might edit that out. But I probably won't. I want to give you the history of tattoos. And I want to let you know this, that you can thank the British from the 18th century for tattoos. Work with me on this, because I know that you're probably screaming at home, tattoos have been around for an awful lot longer. Well, yes, they have. Tattoos have. From the beginnings of time, our ancestors have tattooed themselves. But I'm talking about the word tattoo. Has anyone ever wondered where that word comes from? Have you?
No.
Do you know where the word tattoo comes from?
No.
Military.
No.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you, because this is my history bit. You can thank the British sailors of the 18th century, Captain James Cook, he who discovered Australia, travelled around the world in Polynesia and places like that. And of course, sailors, they love tattoos, don't they? Always have done.
Yeah.
And they were getting tattooed in Polynesia. The Polynesians had a word for decorating their skin, and it was called tattooing. These sailors came back and they're showing off their tattoos to people in their taverns, and of course over a generation or so the word tattoo was corrupted to tattoo, which is why we refer to decorations on our skin as tattoos. Have you ever wondered then, what did we call tattoos prior to the word tattoo? I know, it's mind-boggling, stop falling asleep. If you had a tattoo prior to the word being introduced, you were referred to as being painted,
Okay.
decorated, embroidered,
Ooh.
or pricked. Yes, David, pricked.
Let's not go.
But tattoos, they're very fashionable now. Did you know that more women in the world have a tattoo than men? Did you know that?
No.
Currently, very many more women have tattoos than men. And during the late 19th century, tattoos in Britain were very popular with the aristocracy. So it was the lower classes, the working classes who were heavily tattooed, and also the aristocrats. But of course, they would hide them under their their long sleeves and long skirts. Ladies included, and one of the most popular tattoos in the late 19th century for a female aristocrat was that of a motor car. They would have motor cars tattooed on their backs, on their forearms, and hidden. And often they would have tattooing parties, having tea and tattoos, and they would have tattoos placed underneath their wedding rings. And so they could remove their wedding ring and show the tattoo off to close friends. So it's a big thing. Apparently Queen Victoria, they reckon, had a tattoo. Albert, we believe, had a tattoo. Winston Churchill had a tattoo. His mother had a tattoo. it was quite a thing to have a tattoo. So you think tattoos are like a real modern kind of fashion thing. They've always been fashionable. So there you go. There's your little potted history on tattoos. But here comes the history question. I mentioned Captain James Cook. He who discovered Australia. I mean, admittedly, there were people living there, but he found it for Britain, didn't he?
He named it.
Okay, he did. So this is a history question. In what year did Captain James Cook first discover Australia for Britain?
You know this.
Let us know. Write down your answers on your cards. Put your answers in the comments. Don't forget, we're picking a winner. Anyone who gets involved might get a chance to win. Getting it right, sign mug. You haven't won one yet.
We're trying our best to get rid of them.
Middle Bruce.
Don't say that. Okay, we've got the audience muttering 16 something, 17 something, 18 something. Are you ready, Bruce?
Yeah.
Okay. Di, are you ready? Okay, what year did Captain James Cook discover Australia? Bruce?
1696.
1696, the time of William and Mary. Di? 1720, the time of King George I. I can tell you that Di is closer by 50 years. Captain James Cook discovered Australia in 1770.
Wow.
1 point to Di. Give her a round of applause.
Thank you.
Right, how did you do there? Let us know. So after the tea and history round, we've got Di romping ahead on 7, and we've got Bruce being terribly disappointing on 3. Give her another round of applause.
So unusual.
Come back for the final round. This is the I'm David Elstop and I'm an antiques expert round.
My favourite.
And welcome back to round 4. Before I introduce the David Elstop I'm an antiques expert piece, here's a quick question for you at home. I mentioned Captain James Cook. Here's your question just for you at home. Where was Captain James Cook born? Put your answers down below. Right, can we have our glamorous assistant, Cliff, she's just dropped something.
Sorry, it's the whiskey.
Come on in, glamorous. And this is to both of them, please. Yes.
All right.
Right, now this is the David Elstop round. So this is where he shows you what an expert he is. And he's going to tell you all about this object. Bruce, if you can handle it nice and gently, you can put your glasses on. Show it to me and Di. Nice and steadily, that's it. Di, have a good look at it. David, tell us all about it.
So these are commonly, we call them lorgnettes. But actually the proper name is a quizzing glass. And these became popular in the Regency period and right through the 19th century into the 20th century. And they're basically someone to hold them up to their eye and basically feign surprise when they bumped into someone. It's set with 7.5 carats of diamonds, probably mounted in gold. It's a seriously smart thing. This one dates to the early 20th century. And I mean, it would have been an incredibly expensive thing in its day, the type of thing that could have come from Cartier or something like that.
Wow.
So what I want to know is a value, please.
The value, wow, okay. Gosh, that's a serious bit of kit, isn't it? Right, put the object down. Let's pick up our cards and write down the value. Currently we've got Di on 7 and Bruce on 3. So Bruce is going to have to say something absolutely extraordinary to win this one. But Di, basically you could put any figure down, you've won the show. Okay. Bruce.
She'll be walking home.
How many carats did you say?
7.5 carats of diamonds.
7.5. Okay, Bruce, over to you first.
£1,500.
£1,500. Di.
I'm going to go higher
Yeah.
with £2,000.
£2,000. Let us know how close you get. David?
£2,500.
Di! Give her a round of applause.
Well done, mate.
I nearly said 2.5.
Oh, isn't that romantic? Oh, how disappointing. I was hoping they're going to have a fight.
This time.
Okay, so don't go yet because I've got a quick question for you at home. Di, you have scored 8 points, which I believe is quite possibly a record on the show. Di, 8, Bruce, 3, still very good. Give them both a round of applause. Haven't they done that? Really good. So before we go, here's a quick question for you at home. Fabulous thing, worth an awful lot of money there. David called it a lorgnette. What is another word for a lorgnette? David did mention it. What else would you call this fabulous lorgnette? Thanks for watching, everybody. Say goodbye. Bye.
Quite a long walk back to the office, love.
All right.